If you've ever wondered how to make a card without getting overwhelmed, you're in the right place. We're going to start simple and add a little more only if you want it to, so that there is something for everyone in today's card making journey. I'm Barb Brimhall, the BZB Stamper, and welcome to Step It Up Stamping. Let's jump in and make something together. This is our very simple card that we're making today, and we are using the Paradise Garden Bundle by Stampin' Up. It includes a stamp set and coordinating dies, and the dies also include a 3D embossing folder that kind of cuts out some of the leaves in that folder without completely removing them. Okay, we're going to start with our very simple card. I also call this the Busy Bee card. And that's the level for you if you are someone who needs a card in a hurry, or if you're a beginner stamper. This is the perfect card. You can see that I'm using a basic white cardstock. It opens what I like to call hot dog style. So it's 4¼ wide by 11 inches long and then scored at 5½. And by the way, I have complete instructions for you on how to make all 3 of the cards that I'm demonstrating today. So make sure you look for that in the comments. Okay, I'm also using Night of Navy. So I've got a Night of Navy mat of cardstock here. I've got Night of Navy ink. I've got Night of Navy ink again for the sentiment that comes in the bundle. Isn't that a gorgeous font? I love the font. So this is a very monochromatic card. So I decided to spruce it up a little bit by using gray granite ribbon. They actually call this trim, but it's a beautiful ribbon. The gray granite color really anchors this beautiful monochromatic Night of Navy look. So very simple to do. And I just punched out the sentiment with a 1 7/8 inch circle punch. So very simple. You can see that on the envelope, I just stamped one of the leaves. So super simple card if you need a card in a hurry or if you are a beginner stamper. Now let's bring in our worker bee card for when you want to add just a little bit more work to your card. Let me pull the busy bee out so you can see the difference. Mainly, the biggest difference on this card is I brought in more ink colors. So what I did is I stamped this in Timid Tiger, tapped it off, added more ink with a sponge dauber, very easy, and then added in the leaves. Now, in the directions, I explained to you how to do that. Very simple. Did the sentiment the same way. And on the trim, the gray granite trim, instead of just cutting a 2½ inch piece, I cut a 5-inch piece, folded it in half, and put it behind the sentiment to give it that little extra look with this. I call this the ribbon tails. So very easy, but I want you to look at these gorgeous gems. I don't know if they will sparkle on camera, but these are the 2025, 2027 in color flat pearls. So they're the same color as the ink, and it just adds that extra oomph to this card. All right, you ready for the Queen Bee card? This is for more experienced card makers, and this is definitely a Queen Bee card. First of all, I want to show you the design of this card, the fold, if you will. And again, I have complete instructions for you on how to do this. Nope, if I hold it up too close, we lose the detail of the embossing folder. But I did emboss the folder that I showed you earlier. And then what I did is I just cut out this center area of the front of the card. So you can see when you open this card, you can see what's on the front, but I don't care. I'm thinking of this more as a trellis. I stamped a little flower down here just for a little bit more interest. But let me go back to the picture of the dies. If you look at the dies, the upper right, you could see this banner right here. And, oh, I guess I should show you on the card, shouldn't I? So this was that banner. and I just cut out 4 of them out of Night of Navy, and then I glued them on these strips that were remaining. And what really makes that useful is it just anchors the card, because these would be a little flimsy since this whole area is missing. So by adding these dies on, it just really anchors that card and makes it strong, if you will. That's probably not the right word, but that's the word I'm going to use. So again, Night of Navy cardstock. I use the hexagon shaped die to cut out the sentiment. And then we just did a whole bunch of die cutting for this card. Now, and I'm not going to say it's difficult because it's not, but the only thing that you have to keep in mind is that when you glue these pieces down, you want to make sure that the glue isn't going to show or go through the back side of the card, because if it does, you can accidentally glue your card shut, which would not be very good. So I think this is so pretty. I wish I could show you. Let me put my hand underneath. When the card is open and it's standing up, there's no way you're going to be able to see that on camera, but it does look like a trellis. It's a very cool effect and very easy to do. So even though this is a queen bee card, this is actually a really simple card. And then I finished up with the flat pearls that are on our worker bee card too. So you could see how this card gets really dressed up just by cutting 4 of these dies. Very simple to do. So let me bring these in again. I might have to lift up my camera to get them all on. Nope, I didn't have to. Yay! So we've got our Busy Bee, which is the card you can make in a hurry if you just need a card in a hurry. Or if you are a beginner stamper, this is your card. Super easy. The worker bee card doesn't take that much more work, but you just are going to bring in the new ink pads, which are Mossy Meadow and Timid Tiger. And then, of course, in the queen bee, we go right over the top, add a bunch of different elements, but I really like how this turned out. This is today's Step It Up stamping with the Paradise Garden bundle. I would love to know in the comments below which one is your favorite and which one you'd be most likely to make. See you next Sunday with another Step It Up stamping. Bye.